Have you ever wondered what really goes on in someone's mind when they're deeply in love? Not the surface stuff like gifts or dates, but the secret dreams that make their heart race. We're diving into a world that's often kept quiet. The private wishes women hold about how they want to show up for the one they care about most. It's not about checklists or expectations. It's about that raw, electric pull to connect in ways that feel real and lasting. Picture this. Love isn't just something you receive. It's something you pour into with everything you've got. And when that bond feels solid and true, these hidden thoughts come alive, turning everyday moments into something profound. Stick with me, because by the end, you might see your own relationships in a whole new light, feeling inspired to bring more of that spark into your life. Let's start with one of the most touching desires that bubbles up when affection runs deep. Imagine being the quiet haven for someone who's always putting on a brave front for everyone else. In a busy world where people are expected to keep it together, there's this powerful urge to be the one spot where he can let go completely. It's like noticing the little signs, the way his shoulders slump after a tough day, or how his smile doesn't quite reach his eyes, and stepping in not to solve everything, but just to be there. Think of it as creating a bubble where words aren't always needed. A simple touch or a shared silence says it all. This comes from a place of true empathy, backed by what experts in human connection say about building trust. When we feel safe enough to show our real selves, bonds grow stronger. It's not about taking charge or fixing problems. It's about offering that steady presence that whispers, "You're okay as you are." Women often picture themselves tuning into those unspoken cues, like sensing tension before it's voiced, and responding with gentle understanding. Maybe it's wrapping an arm around him during a movie, or just sitting close while he unwinds. This isn't obligatory care. It's a choice born from love, making both people feel more grounded. And here's where it gets interesting. Studies on emotional support show that this kind of attunement releases feel-good chemicals in the brain, like oxytocin, which strengthens attachment and reduces stress. So it's not just romantic, it's wired into us to seek these moments. Expanding on this, envision her daydreaming about those late evenings when life's weight feels heavy. She wants to be the listener who doesn't interrupt with advice unless asked, allowing him to process at his own pace. It's about honoring his inner world without judgment, creating a space where vulnerability isn't a weakness, but a strength that draws them closer. This fantasy thrives when the relationship feels balanced, where both sides give and receive openly. To make it even more relatable, think of it like tending a garden. You notice when a plant needs water not by force, but by paying attention, and in return, it blooms brighter. That's the essence, nurturing that leads to mutual growth, making love feel alive and supportive. Shifting gears, there's this exciting side where playfulness takes center stage. When everything feels secure, many find themselves dreaming of shaking things up with little surprises that keep the energy fresh. It's that thrill of doing something out of the blue, like slipping a note into his pocket with a fun memory, or pulling him into a dance in the living room for no reason. This isn't scripted romance, it's spontaneous, drawing from the joy of seeing his face light up because of something she sparked. Psychology tells us that novelty keeps relationships vibrant. Routine can dull things, but unexpected acts release dopamine, the brain's reward signal, making connections more addictive in the best way. She might imagine planning a quick getaway, nothing extravagant, just a drive to a spot they both love, turning an ordinary weekend into a shared adventure. Or perhaps it's a teasing text during his workday that brings a grin he can't hide. The key is intention, showing that even amid chaos, she's thinking of him, choosing to inject fun. This fantasy flips the script on who leads the charge. It's her taking the initiative, not waiting around. And it works because, As research on long-term pairs shows, these small bursts of creativity prevent stagnation, fostering a sense of teamwork. To dive deeper, picture her envisioning bolder moves, like initiating a kiss in a crowded place or whispering something playful that only they get. It's about reclaiming that early excitement, reminding each other that love can be light-hearted. No one's performing, it's genuine, rooted in comfort that allows risks without fear. Adding a layer, consider how this ties into self-expression. When she feels valued, she's more likely to express affection freely, which in turn makes him feel pursued and special. It's a cycle that builds confidence for both. And to enhance it practically, incorporating sensory elements can amplify this. Think sharing a meal with foods known to boost mood, like dark chocolate or oysters, which have zinc and compounds that support energy and desire. These aren't magic, but science backs how they can elevate endorphins, making playful moments even more memorable. Overall, this dream is about keeping the flame going, ensuring love doesn't settle into predictability but dances with possibility. Now, let's explore the protective instinct that emerges in deep bonds. It's this profound wish to safeguard his softer side, the parts he hides from the world. In a culture that pushes constant toughness, she dreams of being the one where he can drop the mask without worry. This means listening to his worries without dismissing them, holding space for doubts without turning them into arguments later. It's like being a trusted vault for his truths, knowing what keeps him up at night and never using it against him. Emotional safety is key here. Studies in attachment theory highlight how secure environments allow people to open up, leading to healthier dynamics. She imagines moments of quiet reassurance, perhaps a gentle squeeze of the hand when he's anxious, or simply being present without pushing for details. This isn't overprotecting. It's respecting boundaries while offering unwavering support. Expanding on it, think of her picturing deep talks that flow naturally, where he shares pieces of his past or fears, and she responds with empathy, not fixes. This builds intimacy because, as psychologists note, validation strengthens trust, reducing defensiveness. She wants to be the calm anchor, not the rescuer, acknowledging his strength while embracing his humanity. In practice, this could look like noticing subtle shifts in his mood and responding intuitively, maybe with a warm embrace that says, "I'm here, no matter what," to correct any misconceptions. It's not about enabling avoidance. Healthy protection encourages growth by providing a foundation to face challenges and tying in nourishment for the mind and body. Foods rich in omega-3s like salmon or walnuts can support brain health, aiding emotional regulation and deeper conversations. Research shows these nutrients help with mood stability, making it easier to navigate vulnerabilities. This fantasy ultimately creates a loop of mutual care, where both feel seen and secure, turning potential conflicts into opportunities for closeness. Building on that, there's a beautiful aspiration to fuel his personal journey, not by directing or criticizing, but by shining a light on his capabilities that he might overlook. When love is strong, she envisions herself as a quiet cheerleader, reminding him of his wins and potential through sincere words and actions. This stems from admiration, not a need to change. It's about believing in him so much that it rubs off. Positive reinforcement, as backed by behavioral science, motivates better than pressure, encouraging self-belief. She might dream of asking thoughtful questions that spark his ideas, or celebrating small achievements with genuine enthusiasm. This isn't nagging, it's empowering, creating an atmosphere where ambitions feel achievable. To flesh it out, imagine late night chats about his goals, where she listens actively and offers insights that align with his vision, or perhaps leaving encouraging notes that highlight his unique strengths. Studies on supportive relationships show this boosts resilience, helping individuals tackle obstacles with more confidence. Correcting discrepancies, it's crucial this comes from equality, not superiority. Mutual inspiration keeps things balanced. Practically sharing experiences like trying new activities together can ignite this, and incorporating foods like berries or green tea, packed with antioxidants, supports cognitive function for clearer thinking and motivation. Evidence suggests these enhance focus and energy, aiding personal expansion. This dream is about partnership in progress, where her faith becomes a catalyst, making their shared path richer and more fulfilling. Finally, weaving in the fire of attraction that keeps everything humming. In a committed space, she often pictures herself actively showing how much she still craves him, not just in private, but in subtle, everyday ways. This is about making him feel irresistible through intentional touches or glances that convey desire without words. It's flipping the narrative, her leading the charge to keep passion simmering. Desire psychology emphasizes that active pursuit maintains excitement, countering the fade that can happen over time. She imagines surprising him with affection in unexpected places, like a lingering hug in the kitchen or a flirtatious note. This isn't performative, it's authentic, born from ongoing appreciation. To expand, think of her noticing the little things, the way he moves, his laugh, and letting that fuel expressions of want. Research on intimacy reveals that verbal and physical affirmations sustain connection, releasing hormones that bond pairs closer. And to boost this naturally, foods like avocados or figs with healthy fats and vitamins can enhance vitality and libido, as studies link them to better circulation and hormone balance. This fantasy ensures desire remains a living part of the relationship, making both feel alive and connected. Wrapping it all together, these inner worlds reveal a universal truth: love thrives when we give as much as we get. It's in those nurturing presences, playful surprises, protective silences, inspiring beliefs, and bold desires that relationships deepen. When everything aligns, it's not about perfection but presence. Showing up fully, creating a space where both can flourish. This isn't fantasy for its own sake. It's a roadmap to richer connections, grounded in how our minds and hearts work. So, next time you reflect on your own bonds, consider what small act could bring this to life. It might just transform the ordinary into something extraordinary, leaving you both feeling more vibrant and intertwined.